my body is so sore. I'm so tired. Hey, everybody, it's Monday. I just got back from vacation. I was at Western Exposure in Palm Springs, an amazing event that we'll talk more about later. But I was delayed as part of the Southwest Airlines massive cancellation over the weekend, and delays affected me and Robert as we were coming home. We left Palm Springs at 2 p.m. Pacific yesterday, and we arrived in our home, and I closed my eyes at 4:30 a.m. Here. So the jet lag is still weird, and I'm super tired. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. Maybe not all about it, but mostly about it. And until then, let's get in our co-host, the creator of many, many, many great characters, stories, and so much more, the one and only Joshua R. Pangborn.
Well, hey, I'm so glad you had a good time.
I did have a really, really good time. It was so nice to be out there and to see so many of our friends. We have a lot of friends from California who go to that event, but also, we have friends from around the country who come, some from out of the country. And then, of course, making lots of new friends. Made lots of new friends, met a lot of new people. And Skeleton Crew, Demon Doctor, The Art of Blowing It, they were all there, represented in every motel room and by the pool and the hot tub. There were banners, super duper cute. Let me show you the banner that we used. This was hanging by the pool and the hot tub there. That's a really low res version of that.
That is pretty low res, but that's okay.
So hopefully a lot of those guys scanned.
Let's see. Do I know anyone from this? Let's see.
Well,
we've got Nakia as Demon Doctor's Yakumo. Okay. Is that Mark next to you?
That's Mark Eugene Garcia next to me in a towel from
Demon Doctor, because of course. That looks like it must be Ken in the bottom left.
From the Huxley Proxy episode, part 2.
And is that Stuart Keycheck?
That's an advanced, that's a never before seen behind the scenes photo of Stuart Keycheck. From what?
Well, we won't say if it's never before seen. We can't tell anyone.
And then this is, of course, Emmy Hart and Felix, a.k.a. Ashley Monique Menard.
That's wonderful. Ashley's the only person who identifies with she, her pronouns on this thing, I see.
That's correct. So, and then one of our guests tonight, Phil Kors, right there.
That's Phil Kors and Jay Serio.
Yep. And then, of course, we have Andrew and Gerard.
Christian.
And Paul. And then if you look really, really, really close, and just to the right of that, you can see a little bit of Felix's beard from the sex tape video on The Art of Blowing It. Robert and I had a really good time. This is the most stream-friendly photo I can post for you today. But this was us next to one of the other banners. What I learned is that our banners need to be bigger.
Our banner did look a little small next to everything else, but that's okay.
I had major banner envy. So
but that's okay.
It was bad. But we did have a really good time, and a lot of people found out about these shows that never had heard of them before. I think that we like to think that like all gay bears know what Skeleton Crew and Demon, but people are still finding out, and so it was really, really cool to get to talk about the shows and talk about the awards that we've been winning, and let people know exactly what's been going on. And then, of course, I don't just do this on Monday nights, but I am constantly promoting our shows by telling people about our Patreon. Now, you'll notice on the image, I specifically didn't put the Patreon thing because we wanted people to see it first, and it's kind of like that first taste of crack. You got to give them a little bit, and then boom, they're back. So
everyone, we're not comparing ourselves to drug dealers here, but
no drugs. But yeah, if you would love to help support us, you can do so by going over to patreon.com/sidekick productions. Josh, how many subscribers are we up to right now?
We are up to 17 subscribers.
Okay.
And what happens when we hit 20, Nakia?
When we hit 20 subscribers, we're going to release the first actual full-length video from our full-length song from the musical episode to our Patreon subscribers, who we call members of the Crewniverse, #Crewniverse, hashtag so power hour. And we've got a lot of power in this hour because we have some amazing people who are going to be with us. And in case you keep hearing something rattling, it is the tambourine that I caught from Simon Le Bon at the Duran Duran concert last Tuesday before I went on vacation.
What's a Duran Duran?
I'll tell you.
Is that a racehorse?
I'll tell you who definitely knows who Duran Duran is. It's Emmy Hart's creator, the one and only Ashley Monique Menard. Here she is. What? She is. Oh,
I've been really sore too. Oh. Been working hard. Working really hard over here. Super sore.
It's working hard for your money.
What's up, guys?
This is censored.
What's going on? Oh, that's not a straw. What's up?
Welcome back to the Sidekick Power Hour. Ashley, hoping you're having a good Monday. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do this. Well, we have been able to do this without the two of you, but we prefer not to.
Don't want to have
to. Here's your other favorite fella right here.
Oh, baby. Hey.
Stuart Keycheck.
#Crewniverse.
Hashtag? So we're just making up new words tonight. We're just all Shakespeare tonight.
I'm
hashtag. He's hashbag. What are you, Ashley?
I'm hatchbag.
I'm cashbag.
Cashbag.
Hashbag.
I'm here for the cash bag. For real though, folks, we really could use your support, and sometimes you can do that like you've been doing it over at Patreon. You can also just do a straight up Venmo or Cash App donation right there. We would greatly appreciate it. It helps make all of this stuff possible. It's a big deal. I know that you might think, well, what's $5 going to be a difference? But that can make a huge difference sometimes.
And when we get to 20, we are going to be releasing that video. So
that is correct.
I think that we all want to watch the very first song from the musical episode before it comes out.
The sooner we get there, the sooner it comes out.
That's right. Happen.
I want to make it come.
We're basically extorting you now. But for real though, here we are. It's Monday night. It's time for the Power Hour, and we are doing a mid-season recap because obviously we're about halfway through season 5, which is hard for me to even still wrap my head around that we're this far in. But tonight we're going to be seeing a little bit of behind the scenes and some other stuff. But I'm going to let Joshua R. Pangborn tell us what's so special about today.
Yes. Well, first of all, we have a great question from Jack in the audience. And where is the new episode of Skeleton Crew? So as we talked about last week and the week before, we're in our mid-season break. And this is the perfect time to remind everyone that the first half of season 5 has already come out, and it's all available on YouTube and on Patreon if you see it in advance. But when is the next episode of Skeleton Crew coming out? Well, the good news for those of you who are on our Patreon, you'll be able to watch the next episode of Skeleton Crew next Monday. So if you want to be on Patreon and you want to see the next episode of Skeleton Crew, that's next Monday. But tonight we're going to check out what's been going on so far with Skeleton Crew. We're going to check in on a little bit more with some friends from the show. And we're also going to talk a little bit about, not that friend, definitely not.
I read that one wrong.
You read that one wrong. Yeah, you read that one wrong.
We're
also going to talk about a really important, what is October? This is a great time to talk about Skeleton Crew and how it connects with, it is Halloween, but what is today,
Indigenous People Day.
It actually is Indigenous People Day.
It's several things today.
But
Columbus Day.
It's not Columbus Day. We don't talk
No.
about that anymore. But it is
Mental Health Day yesterday.
National Coming Out Day.
Yes, it's National Coming Out Day today.
National Coming Out Day. I got it.
You did. And we will pause to say, yes, that I agree with you. Yes. Yesterday was International Mental Health Day, I believe.
Mhm.
And that's a super important day. And I really want everyone to realize how important ending that stigma of mental health is. So please make sure that if you have a need to talk to somebody, you reach out and do that. And don't be afraid of being who you are and expressing yourself. And that's also connected with Skeleton Crew and National Coming Out Day, because National Coming Out Day is about telling people who you really are. And it's not an easy thing to do sometimes, but that's why our question in the audience for you today is, how old were you when you came out to someone, or when someone came out to you for the first time? Because we realize that not everyone has had to come out. And that is a different experience, basically. So,
yep. And that also ties into something else that Josh and I will be doing next week, which is hosting the world premiere of the Alien Love Child musical from Yolanda, Reverend Yolanda, from right here on Skeleton Crew and Demon Doctor and Art of Blowing It. We will be hosting that next Tuesday, I believe. Is that correct, Josh?
next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow.
It'll be on Yolanda's Facebook.
And on the SideKick Facebook and the Skeleton Crew Facebook and the Skeleton Crew YouTube, I believe, as well.
All right, so we'll double check all of that stuff and make sure that she's okay with that. And then here we are. You can always find out more about Yolanda there. But I'm telling y'all, this is super cool. I got very, very emotional being a part of this musical that she's written with Doreen and all of her amazing collaborators, because we share a very common background. We're both originally from Alabama and grew up gay as a kid in Alabama. So there's a lot of really great stuff in there, and we're going to be you're going to get to see and hear this stuff next week right here. So super excited about that.
And that all ties into what October is as well, because
Yes.
October is not just the best month of the year with the best holiday at the end of it. It's also LGBT History Month, and LGBT history is such an important topic that we don't ever really talk about enough, and one of the things that really I am passionate about. So we'll get back to that a little bit later tonight, in fact.
Okay.
So.
Well, do you have any updates for us, Josh, on what's going on in the SideKick Crewniverse?
I do. Well, if anyone was following me on Instagram, you would have just seen me post a little bit earlier tonight that Wasted on the Young is now in the official selection for the Nosferatu Film Festival.
Yay! That's awesome.
I reshared it.
So, I saw that you shared it, yes. So, if anyone likes Wasted on the Young and it's in the mood for a horror experience, then check out this little film right here.
And
on.
Will you be posting that on Patreon tonight?
I will be posting it on Patreon tonight, yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, Ashley and Stuart, and we're glad to have you here. But you clearly, what's been going on with Skeleton Crew? What are the reactions that we've been hearing from folks, Josh?
Well, I've been hearing lots of really wonderful, happy reactions. People talking about how much they love the show. But I'm more curious because I haven't actually asked Stuart and Ashley what they've been hearing.
Stuart, you're up first. What's your reaction to the show as you see it coming out, and then what's the word that you're hearing from your friends?
Quite simply, I'm in full agreement with all the people I've talked to about it, which is we're just clamoring for more. So, everybody's just eager to see where everything's headed, and so am I.
Yeah, Ashley.
My friends have had some detective work figured out, because at first they thought Polly was a man, but now they know she's not a woman. I mean, she's not a man, she's a woman.
Okay.
No, she's not a man, she's a woman, and now they know it.
Are you sure?
Okay.
That's my
We say
favorite
it very
line of the
clearly.
entire series.
We say it very clearly in episode 5, Stuart. We come out and say it.
Yeah.
So
Say it. We finally confirm her gender. because people were curious. No, friends have really, really liked it. People really seem to be into it and loving it. And that makes me so, so happy. And people are really excited about the musical episode. I've had a couple people tell me that they're really excited about it. So I'm super stoked because y'all know I like to sing, and we all know Nakia likes to sing, and we know Joshua loves to sing. And we know that Stuart may sound like he doesn't like to sing, but that bitch, we put a microphone in front of him. He thought he was Elton John.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm
I
so
was
glad
doing
that
some
you
backup
said that.
vocals for somebody. It was fun.
You know, actually, what most people at home don't know is that Stuart is one of the people in the cast who loves to sing the most, but he just
Spoilers.
doesn't do it professionally.
So good.
So why don't we take a look at a behind the scenes clip of our own Stuart Keycheck recording his new hit single, "When Love's Not Enough," and this, I want you to watch this and keep in mind that this is exactly the type of or the song that we will release once we get to 20 subscribers. So this is going to be the song that we release once we get to 20 subscribers. It's so good.
Give me a sneak. I want to see it.
I'm proud of Stuart. Here we go. Let me just pull this banner off. Actually, I'm going to leave that banner on.
Somebody tell me what happens when love's not enough. Sometimes you scheme, sweat, hope, and pray just to get by. Sometimes you do nothing and life seems to go your way. I wish, but then you get struck down again and reality is rough. Can somebody tell me what happens when love's not enough?
Look at him. He's so cute. Oh,
I love it.
I loved watching you perform in the booth, Stu.
Whatever was recorded was entirely up to because of you guys. I couldn't have gotten there without your tutelage and your encouragement and your support. So
was that your first time in a booth, Stuart?
Well, that
no, not that for singing. Yeah.
What other booths are we talking about?
It's recorded.
I've done voiceover work.
That's true. He did it with me.
I've done some ADR sessions.
Thank you, David.
It does feel really cool every time you get into a booth. I'm sorry. It's just, but anyway, going on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that does make sense. Yes.
It might not make sense to younger people at home. Tell them why.
Well, when you got to check your TV guide, you know.
There were days where I was so excited when a new Buffy episode would come out, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no new episode tonight? Oh.
Wait, I got to highlight my TV guide and know what I'm watching tonight.
I love this too.
Don't forget,
I love all of this.
Folks at home, if you want to help support us in a different way and wear your favorite character or show on your shirt, you can purchase a t-shirt. And this is including our special Pride Edition logo for Skeleton Crew.
Love it.
This is very nice. Boom. So
nope, not that one, Ashley.
The only thing I have in my hand.
Wait, there's no officially licensed Skeleton Crew dildos.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm not yet.
Art of blowing it thing.
Oh, that's better. It's an art of blowing it swag item. That's all of a promo piece.
To go back to the song, it is a super fun song, CJ, and it will be a lot of fun when people get to hear it.
Well,
it
CJ,
is
that's a cute picture of you. And
super fun. There is someone running behind me. That's all right too. Don't worry about that.
I saw some butt.
You didn't. You saw back, but that's all right too.
Okay. Well, speaking of things that are back, in the back of stage right now, we have some very special guests that we need to bring in.
Yes.
Let's start with our good friend Kristen Cantwell. Welcome back to the SideKick Power Hour. We're so glad to have you again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't realize that I was supposed to bring my dildo.
It's all right. I left mine somewhere too. We can't talk about where, but
I've just got my fidget pen, so that's all.
Okay, I just love that we refer to
This is mine.
it's a singular thing, as if folks only have one.
Sometimes you only need one good one.
That's right. If you get the right one, you only need one. Kristen, what have you been enjoying this season of Skeleton Crew so far?
I have. Oh my gosh. I knew that I was coming in. This is my first season joining you all. And I knew I was coming into a show that had a ton of fans, but I was shocked that I started getting tagged in like synopsis posts from fans, like breaking
There's
down
breakdown videos. What?
Yeah.
Easter egg videos. What?
Yeah, our fans are for real.
Yeah, seriously. I came into a show that has so many fans and they're amazing and they love it. It's great.
Yeah, you absolutely give some great performances in season 5 of Skeleton Crew. Maybe we might see you in season 2 of Demon Doctor. You never know. You never know. Somebody that we have yet to see in Demon Doctor, but we've definitely seen a lot in both Skeleton Crew and The Art of Blowing It is our second guest this evening, all the way from Arizona. It's Phil Kors.
Oh, what's up, guys? Oh, hey, how we doing? Just taking a little nap. How we doing? Right.
That's the Phil Kors.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
It is that type of show, yes. We're all very tired.
I was like trying to look for my dildo too. I was like, man, it's got to be somewhere around here.
And I know you have a dildo, at least one, if not more.
I do. I have several prop dildos.
Yeah.
That's what they all say, prop.
That's what I have to explain to the airport people every time I take it places. I'm like, man, for a movie, man, you should pick it out. They're like, yeah, whatever you do with it, man, that's up to you.
This is a prop. I prop it up to sit on it. So
for the record, mine is a prop. I've used it in many shows, and it'll keep being used in many shows.
I am a prop. Just putting
That's it's true.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Phil. And Phil, you've been super busy during the pandemic. You and Kristen both. So let's start with you, Phil. What have you been up to?
Well, I'm happy you asked. It's been, exciting year so far because I feel like, though it's been trying times, I feel like it's never an excuse to stop creating and to, keep connecting. So I feel like during this time, we were able to still do everything that we said that we were going to do. And we kept writing sketches and we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. So it's been cool. But I want to talk a little bit about Edward, another side, the Chronicles of Edward. Yeah. It's going to be hopefully released in January or so, or New Year's 2022 is the goal. We have a little bit left to work on, but it's a great story. We have a lot of the Skeleton Crew actors in it. We have some brand new actors that you guys have never seen before. A whole bunch of comedians that I've been working with in Arizona, so it's been really cool to just see their acting talent and to bring them into the Skeleton Crew universe. So it's been super cool to do that. We have a couple more things just to finish up, but we're wrapping it up in a nice little bow, and it's going to be a really cool series to add to the universe, and I'm super excited about it. I also did a TV show with Anne Hathaway and Jared Leto. That was pretty cool. I acted on it. I was, I would say, I'm not going to say just background because I was like a worker, and I was on set 13 times, so it was like really cool to be a part of the series.
Wow.
And so that's coming out in 2022 as well. And then also I did an Amazon game show, Amazon Prime. It's called Squish, and that's coming out in December. And so keep your eye on that one.
We're so glad to hear that. Kristen, what about you? What have you been up to?
I can't follow Anne Hathaway and Jared Leto. Oh, God.
You could follow them on the train, maybe, or.
And Anne Hathaway likes to be called Annie, so.
Okay, good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know.
So do I.
She told me that in an interview she did once.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
What have I been up to? Trying not to lose my mind over the last 18 months, which I think I've done fairly well.
Has it been that long? Oh my goodness.
It's been a long time. I know.
That's an acquired skill these days.
I did my first animated film earlier this year. I voiced a cat. As I think most of you know, I'm an aspiring cat lady, I call myself. I have one cat. I would have like 20 if I could. And so I got to play a cat, and it was just like the perfect mesh. It was like the branding finally worked. It's finally happened.
Does that mean that 2 people from the SideKick universe have been dogs, and now there's somebody that's been a cat?
Oh.
Yeah, because Ashley and I have been dogs.
Yeah.
Ashley's also been a fish.
I've been a dog. I've been a fish. I've been a multitude of different people.
Yeah, I love that. Kristen, you're working on something animated yourself.
Yeah, so I also write, and I've been writing over the past year, and I wrote my first TV pilot last summer, and I am in the process of writing my first animated pilot.
So exciting.
Cool.
That's so cool.
Well, and you were telling us a little bit about it before the show, but for the folks at home, if it's anywhere near as funny as she describes it, it's going to be a blast. Lots of good things coming from both Phil and Kristen, but we want to get into some of the things that we wanted to show you as well, and we've got a really funny outtake from season 5. This is for episode 3. Was this episode 3, I think, or 4?
Depends on which one you're talking about.
The Chaz bit.
Oh, that's from episode 4
of season 5. Yeah. So if you remember, there was a part of season 5 where we were at Money Shots, and we were trying to have a very somber memorial for one of our not dearly departed people, and instead of joining in the morning, Paul and Zulis's character Dennis decides that he's going to do some stand-up, and in order to make that work, we needed lots of laughter, and we needed both canned laughter from the Foley and sound effects and stuff that I add later, but it's always better to try to get as much laughter in camera as possible. And we were very fortunate that we ended up.
You had a laugh factory on your hands and you didn't even know it.
You did not. You may not have known this, but Andrew is quite a laugher. And we're going to give you a moment.
Very infectious.
For you to enjoy this. And if you're not laughing by the end of this, then why so serious? Let's take a look.
That's good.
Sound is speaking.
Hey, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Oh, sound
And
is
Paul.
speaking.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Different Paul, but that's a
Yeah,
Paul as well.
but more importantly, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Take 1.
Carl looks great.
Look how cute Andrew is.
Props to Carl. He's trying to keep it together. That is grade A acting.
And then he just stops.
Oh, that's so good.
I love how laughter is contagious. Everyone's
But we're not
laughing.
done. Can we get one more?
We do.
Still rolling.
Yeah. Do you want them to get weirded out by him a little bit? Was it peeking?
I kept turning like this. I didn't look. I'll look this time.
Like you want to get
But I
them-
kept doing this.
You get to hear all the behind the scenes stuff right now that we're talking about.
I love the Ashton
Yeah,
picture.
look a little weirded out by this guy.
She's like,
Yeah.
fucking like the shots of her.
Without your eyes over there.
I didn't turn, but I can't.
Like why? You know.
And
React
that
a
was
little more.
fabulous. That was great. More of that. Exactly right.
Yes, 3 different people yelling things for them to do. That's how it goes.
Yep.
Right. This is a normal day. It's like
Poor Carl. And this guy in the back, man, he's keeping it together.
Carl's so cute in this too. His little bowler.
He has no idea.
I feel like Carl wants a break. He wants a break so badly.
Yeah.
He's too British to break.
Listen how loud it is for us to hear this. And Carl is right in his ear.
That was great. That was so good.
So funny.
Man, props to Carl.
It's so cool to see that kind of thing happen, though, because I mean that's a take. That's something we have to spend time doing to make this happen, and nobody who really thinks about, oh, we need to make sure we take 10 minutes to film you laughing. Like that's such a small thing in the actual run of the show, but when we do it, we have to plan time for that, and it's such an extra part of everything that we're doing, and
it's such a production.
It's such a production. It is. And then poor Andrew has to sit there and deliver it. He delivered so wonderfully.
Well, and then think about this, that all of that laughter, that was, close to a 5-minute clip, all of that laughter, and we might have used 2 very short visual parts of it and just a few of the other, laughs here and there as we needed it, because you always want to shoot more than you need, obviously, but bravo to everybody for just sitting there and acting through the whole thing, and bravo to the folks at home who are supporting us over at Patreon. We really appreciate that. Josh, have we gained a subscriber yet?
Not yet, but there's still time.
There's still time. 3 more subscribers, and we're going to release Stuart's sex tape. I mean, Stuart's.
Subscribe right now.
If there was one person who would do it, I knew Phil would want to see that. So.
Right? Yeah. No, Stuart's song is called "When Love's Not Enough," and it's of course sang by Father Anglicus, who we know and love from the show. That was the only take of that.
It was. We knew that we had what we needed. I mean, Andrew is a great laugher and everything, but also the way that we work is we have time for 2 to 3 takes, and that's about it. Because we have to.
That's not true. We do it as long as we need to get it done.
We're not fooling anyone, Stuart. We've got 20 pages to do in a 6-hour day,
which is a lot. That's really
Josh,
a lot.
do you have that other clip from this weekend?
That weekend, no, I don't have that one from this weekend because I was saving that one.
Yeah, we're going to save that one. But we do have something else that we want to show you. And this is, one of the things that always happens is editing and then reshoots, all of these types of things. But in the case of season 5 of Skeleton Crew, the pandemic began as we began to film season 5 of Skeleton Crew. And so a lot of things that we had filmed prior to the pandemic starting had to be readjusted and moved to fit with the new things that we were shooting once New York allowed for shooting to begin again. And so this next thing that we're going to see, I'm going to let Josh set up.
Well, it was a really great example of how you have an idea for something and you think that the story is going to work out, and everyone likes it on paper, and then what happens is when you actually get to filming the story, you realize, oh, this just doesn't work when you actually film it. It's just not the same as when it's on paper. And on paper, It really makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't. And the musical episode was something that we went through a lot of variations on that, because we discovered that the ideas we had for it didn't play the same when they were being performed as when they were being written down. Right. Some of that's due to budget and timing. Obviously, if we had a Hollywood budget, we could make anything amazing. They can't always in Hollywood, but we could. And that's the thing to keep in mind, producers out there who want to give us the money. But that's another story, and never mind anyway. And so one of the things that we were filming, this is actually, I think, the very first thing we filmed for the musical episode was a clip we were going to film ABCs of Kink. which is one of our big numbers from the show. And Phil was in this number, and we had to change it eventually. One of the issues, not issues with Phil, but one of the big problems with Phil is one of the delights of Phil is that he's bi-coastal, and he has a lot of time where he travels across the country and everything. So we have sometimes limited amounts of time with him. So we tried to cram a lot into Phil. No pun intended. With Ashley's dildos. But we try to cram a lot there with Phil, and one of the things we did that ended up evolving differently was ABCs of Kink. So what you're going to see right now is a very quick 43-second intro to the very first rendition of what we were going to do with ABCs of Kink, the very first time we filmed it before we did some rewrites and changes and all that. So keep in mind, again, this is not the same song anymore. It's evolved and all that, but this is the little treat you get to see with Phil and Mark and Josh.
Armpits, anal, abduction, seduction, autofellatio. How far can you bend? Age play and adult babies, which is a kink I can fully recommend. And then there's bondage and branding and chastity.
Or cock and ball torture.
Dominance, dildos, or my favorite, diapers, exhibitionism, e-stim and edgy, feeding and foot play and forniphilia. Honestly, did you know people get off on being turned into furniture?
Actually, I dated a futon once.
That futon never called me back.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I save everything, because it comes back for useful things like this. Phil is so much fun as Edward. He brings so much joy to the character. Which is one of the reasons why. It's one of the reasons why I went with why I thought that Ed would be a great character to do a little spin-off with. So I'm really excited to see how that develops and evolves and all that. But I think the songs even changed, Nikki.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, first of all, what you heard was the actual first time I ever played it. So that's me on a piano in my dining room with a click track added, so that it made it easier for you guys to work for. But
I think that's back when we thought that the music was just going to be you playing a piano.
Yeah. We weren't sure it was.
It changed a little bit. So.
It's changed just a little bit. And a big part of why that was able to change is because folks like you at home have been supporting us over at Patreon. But even before that, you've been supporting us at Venmo and PayPal and Cash App. And it really does make a difference because, surprise, you can't just walk into a recording studio anywhere and say, hey, we're here to take up days of your life.
Please take our music
without paying for it. So we're very, very fortunate to be working with the amazing Matt Permenter here in Austin. And that was who was producing that vocal session with me and Stuart in New York earlier that we saw. You can kind of see him a little bit in the background. All of the clips that you've seen tonight are going to be over at Patreon when we're done. And we would love it if you would join us over there, patreon.com/SideKick Productions. Now we're going to pivot again, and we're going to start talking a little bit more about the queer history that Joshua has acquired for us here. So, Joshua, tell us what we're in for.
Well, we are going to play a little game tonight to see how well we know our queer history. So, and everyone from home, you can play along with us if you'd like to, because we can go to kahoot.it. So if you're in the studio, you need to go to your phone and go to kahoot.it and type in
2348764.
Oh my God, it's like with lottery. Hold on.
2348764.
We've got Kristen in the room and at Nakia. Stuart. And if you want to play out
Anthonics.
oh,
Smash. Who's Smash?
it's probably Ashley.
It's one of my
Oh,
nicknames.
like
It's
Smash.
his nickname. No, like
Yeah.
Smashley.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, smash it.
So,
Anybody else from home want to join in? We're gonna do a 30-second countdown for you to join.
One more minute.
Bill.
Anybody else?
all right.
Is that Anthony?
That's Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony's at home
yay.
playing. So if you're at home and you've got a free device to use up and you want to go to kahootit.com, we're going to do a 10-second countdown now. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go. LGBT history and culture in 3, 2, 1. Which U.S. amendment is most cited in Supreme Court cases regarding equality for LGBTQ plus people?
Ooh. Is it the First Amendment, 1789, freedom of religion and speech? Is it the 14th, no person denied equal rights? Is it the 19th, right to vote on all genders? Or is it the 24th Amendment, no voting rights denied? I know which one I'm buzzing in.
No, I got it wrong.
It is the 14th Amendment, no person denied equal rights.
Wow.
And the 14th Amendment is also, as we know, connected with the ending of slavery and after the end of the Civil War and all that.
That's correct. Next, who's in the lead?
Kristen Cantwell.
Okay. The Lavender Scare was it Triangle, U.S. acts that remove gay people from government service, Circle, a horror movie about evil homosexuals, whatever that, Diamond, color worn by gay and lesbian people for the queer bait or queer ball, or Square, the name for the people of gay people in the 1950s. Oh, I didn't get to answer.
I didn't get to answer either.
Yeah,
I was too slow that first question, but I got it this time, I think.
Yeah.
And the U.S. act that removed gay people from government service.
Boo.
Oh, and Phil is now in the lead.
Phil took the lead because nobody else answered.
What did one ink?
If I can get him.
Is it the gay people shared constitutional rights with other citizens? That homosexuality was legal. The freedom of speech covered writing, and the gay couples could adopt.
I don't know this one.
I'm just taking a guess. So,
freedom of speech covered pro-gay writing in magazines.
Oh wow!
Well, I guess that.
Oh, that makes sense though. One ink, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Kristen,
pull it back.
She's coming through. All right, here's the next question. We're not.
What year was the first Pride March? 69, 75, 70, or 65? I don't. Was it 70? I think. I don't know.
I'm going with 75 because it's the year I was born, and it seems very gay. But it was 70.
It is 70.
All right, next question.
And Anthonics in the lead.
And Anthonics from home. Well, we know the answer to this.
This one, everyone better get it right.
If everybody on the call doesn't, or on the thing doesn't get this, I'll be very upset.
In what city did Stonewall riots take place?
Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, or New York City? Where is there like a timer?
There is on the left-hand side.
Okay, gotcha.
We should have one more answer.
I've already done it.
Well, someone didn't. But everyone got it right. Good job.
Yay.
Oh, and Kristen was fast.
Anthonics now has a little icon next to him.
Because he has a streak. Who is this?
Who is this? Is it Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Audre Lorde, or Barbara Giddings? Here we go.
And it is, of course, Marsha P. Johnson.
That's correct. Smash, dropping down to the bottom line. Here's the quiz.
Marsha P. Johnson said the P stood for
Peace
Peace
and
and
love.
Love, Prettier Than You, Pay It No Mind, or Powerful Woman. I know for a fact that Yolanda would know this answer because Yolanda was a friend of Marsha P. Johnson.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
It was Pay It No Mind.
Damn.
And they got one.
You did it, Ash.
Finally got
Smash.
a couple.
Why
You
is Marsha
smashed
P.
it.
Johnson important? She was an organizer for ACT UP. She was one of the most prominent activists in the Stonewall Uprising. She co-founded the Star House.
Oh, damn it.
All of the above. All of the above.
Because she was a badass.
She was. Marsha P. Johnson's so-called partner in crime was Crystal LaBeija, Christine Jorgensen, Dorian Corey, and Sylvia Rivera.
Ooh.
I believe Yolanda was also friends with this person.
I don't know the answer to this one.
Sylvia Rivera, yep. Kristen is killing it. He was the first openly gay elected official in the history of
I know
California.
this one.
Harvey Milk, Mike Thompson, Tom McClintock, or William Lee Tipton. Harvey Milk. Oh, actually, you're on a streak of 6. Double points. Martin Luther King's right-hand man, gay activist and organizer of the 1963 March on Washington. Bayard Rustin, James Baldwin, Ralph Abernathy, and David Fagan.
I did not know this. I did not know he was gay, by the way, until just now.
Oh, Bayard Rustin?
Yeah. This is SideKick Power Hour teaching us right here.
Educating the Children. Born in 1924, this writer and activist is known for essays which explore issues of race, sexuality, and class disparity. Harry Hay, Ralph Abernathy, James Baldwin, and Frank Kamini. James Baldwin.
Damn it.
Which ancient Greek poet famously wrote about her love for women? Cloelia, Alcaeus, Sappho, and Irina.
I love that they got that great Polaroid of her.
Yeah, she was really good at posing for that.
Yeah.
It's held up really well.
Yeah.
And it's Sappho, of course, because of the sapphic love that they talk about.
Kristen is slaying.
Yeah.
Known as the father of computer science, a gay British mathematician. Gilbert Baker, Alan Turing, Alfred Kinsey, and Bayard Rustin.
Or Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, he did play him in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen, this will be your last time on Power Hour. Just saying.
Oh no. I'm really good at trivia. You want me on your team.
Okay, great.
Alan Turing, of course.
Duh.
Nobody's even coming close.
A writer, feminist, and civil rights activist, a self-described black lesbian mother warrior poet.
Oh, I know this. Okay.
Audre Lorde, Sylvia Plath, Barbara Giddings, and Toni Morrison.
Whoever put that answer in there, knew that was going to be super funny. Yeah, Sylvia Plath. Yeah.
And it was Audre Lorde. Not Sylvia Plath. The writer of the Bell Jar.
Oh.
Designer of the Rainbow Pride flag.
Josh.
Oh, yeah.
No. But it could be Frank Kamini, Michael Dillon,
because
Gilbert Baker, or God, because he
I
created the rainbow.
voted for God because he invented the rainbow intentionally.
I don't know this guy's name, but I have seen him on television.
It is not God. It is Gilbert Baker.
That's the one.
It is God, because without them, nothing would be possible.
We can agree to disagree on that one.
Did Kristen pick God?
I did.
Silent protest.
Which was the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. I remember when this happened.
Oh, my answer's wrong.
It is the Netherlands.
I've
Yes.
been there. I didn't get gay married there though.
No, you didn't. Directive 1304.26, which stated military applicants shouldn't talk about their sexual orientation, is known as no queers on the front lines.
Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button.
The gay military law.
Ah,
Just ask,
so did
don't
I.
tell.
Crap.
Don't ask, don't tell.
I put just ask, don't tell.
So did I.
Don't ask, don't tell. Damn it.
No queers on the front line. Sounds like somebody I went to high school with.
That was the after hours one, Ashley.
Right.
Just ask, don't tell.
That makes a
What year
great
was the-
bar name. Yeah. Wait a second.
What year was the don't ask, don't tell law repealed? 2000, 2002,
Oh, I hit the wrong
2015,
button.
2010.
In my lifetime, so one of those.
2010. It
Not
was
only
in your
that.
lifetime.
I just want to take a second to say, y'all, think about that. Like, and they were trying to actively put it back in. So it's so crazy.
11 years ago.
The fight is not
11.
even remotely close to being over.
This campaign was founded in 1980, serves as one of the largest civil rights organizations.
Ooh.
The Trevor Project, Equality Campaign, Human Rights Campaign, and Pride Campaign.
It's got their logo on it right there.
Yep, it's the Human Rights Campaign.
I guess to be fair, they've been showing photos of it. So, yeah. Kristen, great.
What year was same-sex marriage legalized in the U.S.?
Again,
2016, 2012,
it's crazy that this
2015,
is a thing.
2010.
The only reason I know this for, besides the fact that I'm gay, is that I waited until this happened to propose to Robert because I didn't want to do it in just one state or another. I wanted it to be for everywhere.
2015.
Yep.
6 years. Wow. Which means gay marriage has been around longer than the Confederacy, by the way.
Wow.
Mic drop.
What was the name of the landmark Supreme Court case that legalized gay marriage?
Oh, those guys. Good for them.
Obergefell versus Hodge, Gideon versus Wainwright, Gibbons versus Ogden, and Lawrence v. Texas. Isn't Lawrence v. Texas about sodomy, Nikia?
Yeah. So, and
spoilers for everyone.
Right.
So,
So
Lawrence v. Texas.
Lawrence v. Texas is where they struck down the sodomy law because they arrested a guy for having gay sex in his own home, and he fought him and won. I think that's how it went down.
And that wasn't that long ago either. That was
2004, I believe.
Yeah, 2004. In 2004 in Texas, somebody got arrested for having sex in his home.
Yeah.
Not in public.
Pretty sure that's if folks at home, if I'm wrong about that, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
What does LGBT stand for?
Leslie Gibbs Bad Tarot.
Ooh, lettuce, glitter, bacon, and tomato.
Let's get down to business and defeat the
What a
HUD.
sandwich.
Just to defeat the HUD.
Yeah, now I'm getting hungry.
Everyone got this one right.
Why
Yay.
wasn't there a fourth option though?
Because it was. I don't know.
They
When
were
was the
making fun of me.
transgender pride flag made?
In my lifetime.
The pride flag. 2000, 1969, 1999, 1995. I don't know when it was made.
Well, how come I've only seen it like the past 4 or 5 years?
Trans issues have been finally given the right amount of attention that they should have, but it has trans issues have not been
any attention.
trans issues hadn't had any attention for a very long time. So
Definitely
That
not in
was close.
1999.
yeah. What month is LGBT History Month? If you get this one wrong, I'm very disappointed because no one paid attention to me tonight.
Did nobody read the
Josh,
packet?
what's the answer?
Well, to be fair, Phil wasn't here when we were talking about it, so
That's true.
probably
Phil's the only one who can get it wrong.
Phil's
All right,
Phil's
thank God.
probably going to get it wrong, guys. Just so you know.
Well, 2 people did get it wrong, so
Dang it.
I'm going home.
You are home.
You are home, Blanche.
The first state to outlaw discrimination based on sexual orientation: Massachusetts, Oregon, New York, or Wisconsin?
I'm gonna go with New York on this.
I wouldn't personally.
Oh.
Damn you and your
Oregon
cheese.
was more.
Wow,
Damn your cheese.
nobody got it.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because to be fair, Wisconsin is not the one that jumps out. And
And
Yeah.
nobody's on a streak anymore.
what flower did WLW historically give each other to show affection?
Well, can somebody tell me who WLW was?
Women who love women, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. I thought it was when it showed these 2 people. I thought it was that they were them.
No. Peonies, daisies, lilies, or violets?
I'm surprised there's no pansies.
That would be
That's-
surprise.
That's MLM.
Oh.
Violets. Who got violets?
Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
Oh, Anthonyx got violet.
Get it?
Nice.
What monster from a psychological horror film unexpectedly became a gay icon in 2017?
Oh, this was awesome.
The Boogeyman, Annabelle, the Babadook, and Pennywise. You know, all 4 of them.
Or the little girl from Hereditary.
Well, no. Pennywise, I could have accepted that, but it was indeed the Babadook.
Yeah.
2 of y'all chose Pennywise.
What is the name of the global sports event for LGBT people? The Tonys.
Ginger.
Queer Games, the Gay Games, the Queer Combat Arena, the Gay Olympics. I still go with the Tonys.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
I just like the GIF that was used.
None of these feel right.
I know.
But it is the Gay Games.
I got it.
The Queer Combat Arena sounds awesome.
Yeah,
That does sound fun, Phil. I really like
Yeah,
that.
I'm ready to throw down.
Very Thunderdome.
2
Two
more
men
questions.
enter.
Which
4
country
men
holds the
leave.
record for hosting the largest pride parade in the world?
Ooh, I know this one.
Brazil, Ireland, Argentina, or France?
I don't think I got this right.
Probably not.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Well, I believe in you, just not like that. Brazil.
Oh.
And Stuart's on a streak.
Stuart's on fire.
All right. And finally,
2 more
31.
questions.
Roy and CeeLo are a gay couple of what type of animal in the New York Central Park Zoo?
Is it CeeLo or Silo?
Otters, lions, seals, and penguins. I don't know.
CeeLo. It's in the name. Gosh.
Walruses?
Penguins.
Penguins, baby. Yay.
It's penguin.
There's even a book about them.
Damn.
And the last question. What company ran the first TV commercial to feature an ordinary gay couple in 94? Coca-Cola, Budweiser, the Snuggie Store, IKEA, and State Farm.
Oh, fuck.
This is a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
It's
I'm going
one
to
of
go with
two.
IKEA on this one since they're non-American.
Yep.
It is IKEA.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay, here's
All
the
right.
podium.
3 was Stuart. 2, Nakia. And number 1
Duh.
is Kristen Cantwell.
Job, Kristen.
Yes.
Landslide.
Smash and Anthonyx runners up 4 and 5.
I'm on the bottom.
Yes. I love the bouncing names.
I do too.
Oh,
Bravo,
well,
everybody.
Josh, what are we in for next?
Well, next week is we have a very special guest who is going to scare us silly.
The Babadook?
The Babadook is not his name, but he is a gay icon in his own right. He is the horror host with the most, the male Elvira.
Melvira?
Melvira, yes.
Melvira.
We'll have to call him that from now on.
Melvira.
But yes, so and we will talk about that more soon. We also have some very exciting horror stuff in related getting ready for Halloween. Don't forget, on Monday next week, if you are a member of our Patreon, you will see the very next episode of Skeleton Crew. And if you want to wait, then you'll see it a week later.
I
And
assure you, things are heating up, and you don't want to miss this one.
3 more subscribers on the Patreon, and we will see Stuart Keycheck in his hit single singing. Now before we go,
glory.
in all his glory, hold up everywhere.
Yes.
I tried. I don't know. It didn't work. So before we go, we do want to touch on this question.
Yes.
Since it's National Coming Out Day, how old were you when you came out to someone, or when someone came out to you for the first time?
Let's start with our friend Phil Course. How old were you the first time somebody came out to you?
I would say, hold on, I lost my voice. Can I get a second? Can you come back to me?
Yeah, we'll come back.
I will. Yep. What about you, Kristen Cantwell?
I was in college. I think I was a junior in college, and one of my best friends came out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then what from home, Josh?
We have David, who was 21.
Okay.
We have Mike, who was in his late 40s when he came out. That is very true. I know a bunch of people who came out later in life, and it's a struggle still for many people. We also have one more in the audience, if I can find it quickly.
While you're searching for that, Ashley, what about you?
I've had a lot of people come out to me.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, from like the age of 13, 14. And then I've explored my own bisexuality / pansexuality. I never like technically came out, so I guess now. But yeah,
21.
I talk about my sex life all the time, so it's like,
And if you want to hear her talk more about her sex life, you can hear that over at fyourfierce.com.
Indubitably.
Yes.
Yeah, and what I was just saying, I mean, like for me, I think that no one's ever opened up until recently. I think a lot of the times I've already known that they were gay, in the sense that it just never was really discussed. It was just like we're just pals, and it just like it weaved it in and out of like a good relationship. So I never really had many people come up to me to be like, hey, like I have to tell you something, like it's almost been understood, and we just kind of, we accept each other for who we are, and that's like what life is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuart, what about you?
I just figured everybody always knew.
Oh, you sweet baby.
No, I was 17. I was in high school.
Okay.
And I slowly just started like talking about it openly to people, and then as they got cool with it, then it was like slowly telling other people, and then finally getting up the courage to just tell everybody. That was it.
Yeah. Josh?
Bart was 14.
Bart. Seduced by Commander.
Oh, I love that.
Owen was 20.
Oh, wow, Owen.
What an amazing day.
That's a heck of a turnaround.
And Thomas was 19.
Just like Adele, 19.
Yes.
Lacha Bear was 28.
Okay.
And Nicholas isn't able to say that yet. And that's okay, Nicholas. You don't need to come out.
That's
Take
okay.
You were ready for it.
Take all the
Take
time
your
you need.
time.
I'm always around.
Yeah. And, Josh, what about you?
I was 12. I was 12 when I first told friends. I told my mother on National Coming Out Day.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. I read about it in Teen People, and I said that's the time to do it. I also wrote her a letter ahead of time beforehand. I think I told my story last year, but I'll tell it again because it's so much fun. I got my mother a letter telling her all these that I was homosexual and all that, and I said to her, please don't get cousin Jimmy. Our cousin was a priest. I said, please don't get cousin Jimmy to exorcise me. I'm not possessed. I promise you. But I went to school, so what they didn't tell me in the Teen People magazine was how difficult it would be for 8 hours to be at school, not knowing what your mother was going to say when she read the letter. So you get home and it's like terrifying. This whole like, oh my god, I left my mother's terrifying letter, and it's been 8 hours. And
Oh my god.
So Teen People needed a little bit better advice at the time, but that's okay. It is what it is. So
It's the most Josh sounding coming out story I've ever heard.
But it's so interesting to hear the different experiences, because I know Phil is younger than Ashley and me and Stuart, and so obviously it's a different generation a little bit for him. People just are, I think, more comfortable with
It's
with
time
being
and
who they
place
are.
and context.
Sure. And then
For
somebody
me-
like, yeah, go ahead, Unikia, please.
Well, for me, I actually came out a few times. So I tried to come out the first time when I was in second or third grade or so, and I told one of my neighbors, and that didn't really go well, and then so I endured a lot of bullying because of that. And then I tried again in the sixth grade, around the time that my parents were divorcing, to come out again to people in our neighborhood and at school. And again, that didn't. I hadn't told anybody in my family yet. And again, just kept ending in people beating me up and making fun of me or spitting on me or whatever. And then when I got like in high school, I had my first real boyfriend, and I tried again to tell somebody in high school. Actually, it was more like middle school, and he went that day and told some other people the next day at school. And so by the time that I got to school, somebody had drawn an image of me and my first boyfriend in the middle of a sexual act and posted it on the billboard and the in the hall or whatever. I got beat up that day. It was really, really rough. And he and I really couldn't even be in the same, like, almost the same building with each other for many years because of that. And then I went straight and I found Jesus. And then I figured out that just because I did those things or thought I was doing those things didn't mean that anything else was going to change. So when I officially first really came out to my family, I told my dad on the way to musical theater rehearsal in college. He was driving me to when I was in Fiddler on the Roof. And I told him, I said, hey, I just want to tell you something. I hope it doesn't make you love me any less. And I said all those things to him. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I knew that already. I love you regardless. Like, it's totally cool. And then he said, you might not want to tell your mom. And then because she might take it wrong. And so then when I told my mom, I actually had I checked out a book at the library that says what to do when your kid tells you they're gay. And I sat my mom down at her trailer and was like trying to explain like something similar to the way I did to my dad. And then I just handed her the book, and it took her a minute to kind of like figure out what was going on. And then she said the same thing, which was, oh, I've kind of always assumed this from a very young age, but thank you for telling me. You may not want to tell your dad. And I said, well, I've already told him. And then she was mad that I had already told dad instead. And then she said, don't tell your grandmother, because she was, worried about grandmother. And then the next day my phone rang and it was my grandmother telling me that mom had told her. So that was how that worked. But I want to say to folks at home that not all coming out stories, in fact I would say the majority of coming out stories that I hear lately don't include like violent retaliations and stuff, but you when you're thinking about coming out and talking to people, try to find somebody that you really trust and that that cares about you, and if not, you can always call like the Trevor Project is somebody that you can talk to, that if you don't have anybody that you can talk to. And as Ashley said earlier, you can always just call me.
Reach out to me.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. We're always here. I love those memes that go around that was like, if you didn't have a good dad growing up, then I'm your gay dad or whatever. It's like it's super cute. So it is really important that we're talking about all this stuff. But I also want to remind folks that, you know, part of the reason I got involved with SideKick Productions was because many people have to come out, you know, multiple times, and Malcolm Ingram talks about this in his movie Bear Nation. You know, like for me, like I not only had to come out as gay, but then I had to come out as like a bear or a chubby chaser, you know, all of these things. Before it was super duper. I mean, now it's just in all kinds of media and stuff, and it was pretty interesting. But I saw what Joshua and all of the folks at SideKick were doing with not just, you know, bears and queer people, but also with fat people and older people. And I just thought, wow, now that is the way that it should be. You know, this is real representation, showing, you know, what it's like to be in these relationships. You know, there's polygamy and not polygamy, polyamory.
Polygamy, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Phil's near there. We could drum something up, right, Phil?
yeah, that's right. So there's so many great things that SideKick helps to represent, because Josh goes out of his way to really make sure that he's being inclusive, not only in casting, but really in the writing process, as he's thinking about it. And I'm just super proud to be a part of it. And if you want to continue to be a part of it, you can help us by going over to patreon.com/SideKick Productions, or you can make a direct donation over at Venmo at SideKick Productions, or PayPal, paypal.me/Joshua Pangborn, or Cash App is the Cash Joshua Pangborn. So that is all we've got for this week.
That's all she wrote.
What a lovely time we've had. We want to thank our guest this week. Thank you, Mike.
That means a lot, Mike. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to hear that.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So let's say goodbye to Phil. Of course, thank you so much for being with us, Phil.
Thank you guys for having me. You guys are wonderful. Also, you guys are very inclusive. I love every time that I'm on set with you guys and we get to hang out and I get to learn everything about you. It's been such an amazing experience just to create with you guys and to have fun. Like, I mean, I just watching some of those clips. Like, I mean, we're on set. Like, we had long days, but they're always filled with laughter, filled with good times. And you guys are some of my best friends in you know, on the planet, not even just in the industry. So I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you so much for having me.
Love you, Phil.
Love you so much.
Kristen Cantwell, thank you so much for being with us. We can't wait to see all of the things you're going to do and the things you're talking about putting out soon. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you all in person again soon. This is fun.
Yeah, we definitely will. I don't know. People keep asking me when I'm coming back to New York, so we're going to have to find a reason to get me back up there soon.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk to you soon. And of course, Ashley Monique Menard, the one and only. Thank you so much. Earlier, I did flash your F Your Fears banner.
You want me to flash you?
No. You read that wrong.
But the F Your Fears banner. Don't forget, folks, you can watch and listen to Ashley's amazing podcast, F Your Fears, over at fyourfears.com. And The Art of Blowing It, award-winning mockumentary starring the one and only creator of the show, Ashley Monique Menard. We'll see you next week, Ashley. And then Stuart, thank you so much for being here. We always have such a good time with you.
Guys, I think it's really important to remember that on days like today that are especially special, like National Coming Out Day, that more importantly than just coming out, as long as you remember, somebody will always be out there, somebody will always be listening, and even if you feel like you have nobody, there's always somebody. So don't be afraid to reach out if you can.
That's so sweet, Stuart. You're the sweetest. Well, we love you.
Thank you all for joining us on today of all special days.
Yes, and we will see you next week, my friend. Thank you so much. Josh, what a great episode of mid-season. We didn't even really recap it. We just kind of,
we'll recap it later. We're going to rewatch the whole season.
That's exactly right. And we're just having such a good time. Did we gain any subscribers while we were on the air?
We didn't gain any subscribers, but I know that's going to happen after they all. But they've been so enthralled they didn't have a chance to go to their computers because they've been watching us.
So, folks at home, we really appreciate you being here. And whether you subscribe to the Patreon, or you just subscribe at YouTube, or you just like things or comment, whatever, all of it matters to us. We really appreciate that. And I want to close real quick by showing the Dueling Pianos teaser trailer one more time to remind folks that this is what we're working towards. So we hope that you will head over to patreon.com/SideKick Productions and do a little subscription, join the Crewniverse. We'd love to have you.
Simon, it is time.
Send them the clowns then.
They're already here.
You really love musicals.
There just isn't a cure for adulting.
Yep, they still suck at adulting.
All things from the SideKick Productions universe. And I thought I was going to forget all my lines. Because it's a body positive show.
I read for the role of Hunter, and
And that's the tea.